our school. Our school is the largest school in the Mizorati. We are having 6 academic departments. The department of extension education and rural development, department of geography and resource management, who are organizing this wonderful event. This is the research and center for disaster management. So this is the composition of our school, and I have done topic of this seminar is very different.
So I am very nothing to say. We have a lot of experience. There's a honor in this seminar. So, of course, I am given I want to 10 minutes, but I will not spend so much time. Today, I would like to is it position? I'm just working more all the time.
Not working. But we can listen.
No problem. I can see it louder. Yeah, I will change my voice. Okay. Yeah. So I respected dean of school, Professor Mizra. I think he has actually addressed something. He has spoken something. So I will use his speed according to the dean. So Professor Rama, former dean of this school. Yeah, so we are very fortunate to have here. Yeah, he was actually my classmate right from high school. We are together in Bombay high school, long time there. So he was very studious man. He is very perfect man because he has devoted all most of his time for studies and research work. So he has retired before me. Then I follow him. So again now I am very happy today that we have time to meet him again. Then Book Society Department of Geography, then E.B. Rao, Head of Department, Geography and Resource Management, then Madina, where is Madina? Madina is left, Research and Management. Then VC, of course, already VC, because this schedule is not turn out. I wish we will become it after some time. Let us hope. Then other department, Professor Tripathi also here. Also K.S. Rao, then other authorities member of this school. Your participation, Tripathi also there. We have two Tripathis now. One is environmental science and one is forestry. So today I am happy that Department of Geography initiated this type of seminar, climate change, environmental development. So this is very important topic. So I need not to mention how climate has influenced our daily life, isn't it? Yeah, that is a very well known because people are nation. So man cannot resist, isn't it? What has done everything, so we cannot resist it. But within this climatic condition, we have to manage it. That is more important. So, because regarding environmental development things, so I am from all there is a village that is where the community are sources that is from by all the time. These are means of jungle. with my grandfather and all these things. So my grandmother was very good environmentalist actually. So he never allowed me to come any tea. Because what type of the tea we require, we can come. He permitted me to come. But without using it was a small one also. That was very good. So that the Reverend Forest is very, very good. But now, due to increase of population, due to grouping of the village by government of India, because of disturbance of area, so all the what we call forests are cut down, exploited. Now, I think we talk about scarcity of water now. That is also there, isn't it? Yeah. So that's why this school at least, because we have environmental science school department, we have forestry department, then geography department, horticulture department, then rural development department, and all these things. Then now I think our dean has mentioned that this school is so very lucky that we have biodiversity center, then Victoria exploration center, then what we call disaster management center. So I think if we work together, because students also, I think, don't think that I cannot work. My contribution is so significant, insignificant, something like. I think we cannot say. I think small contribution also can manage the department, the environment. Yeah, very simple. That's why today's seminar also it will be very fruitful, I think. So I will not spend much time. So Professor Rama is very actually specialized in this field. So I think he will talk about these things because climate is very complicated thing. So all these single person or single department will not manage it. So combined effort is required. So as I told that this school is very suitable department because we have environmental science department, then geography department. I think combined work is required. Then within that, I think geology department, then disaster, then what we call petroleum exploration, everything. I think we need to work together. So I think our work can be very significant. So let us hope that the seminar also will be very fruitful. I wish the seminar grand success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So we have to inform you that we have inconveniences in regard to our electric city. So as a result of which, even John, you may not be able to perform your special numbers. So even we cannot, utilize our projector at this moment. So we're sorry for that. But anyway, it is out of our control. So I would like to request our usher, so I would like to present this ceremony to make this.
Yes,
Okay, no problem. So I'd like to invite our keynote speaker, Professor Rama. He was very popular, but some of you may not know now because we are young. So he was one of the founders of this school, and now he was a retired and involved in many things, which I may not speak today. So his contribution is enormous in many fields. Okay, it is still what I'd like to invite Professor Rama to deliver a keynote speech.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. Electric electric is not there, then it's not working.
It will not work.
So, you are loud enough, you can go
Okay,
ahead.
then they try to shout. Anyway. I'm indeed very happy and delighted to come down here after 3 and 6 months. It is really a good experience, new experience to come down here and to see, first of all, what I saw was the environment, which I found they're all clean as before and environment eco-friendly. I'm very thankful to the dean and all the heads of departments of the school and all teachers, my old colleagues, and some are new, of course, but many of you are my old colleagues. So I'm very happy. Whereas, as Dr. Kesi has said, the students, of course, after 3 years, I think they were all newcomers to me. And for teachers like us, it is indeed a special occasion to see students and research scholars. So I'm very happy to see all of you this time. I thank Dr. Kesi for inviting me in this seminar to be a keynote speaker. So, but unfortunately, because of there is no live connection, I cannot show you what I have prepared. That should be very, very much more interesting when you see it. But since you cannot see it, anyway, I'll try to explain on this subject of National Seminar on Climate Change, Environmental Development. As the Dean has already said, this is a very important and burning issues today. Since, so to say, Stockholm 1972, and this kind of environmental change, climate change, forum is there. COP 2028, 2020, now we are in 2028, isn't it? Yes, that it is. And then this COP meetings was started back in 1994. This is a very important organization who is dealing with climate change all over the world. Now, first of all, I would like to go to, first of all, to the environment. The environment, I think we all understand what is the environment. There are 4 components of environment. One is atmosphere, the other 2 is lithosphere now, and then another one is hydrosphere, and then the 4th one is biosphere. So these 4 components is all about environment. I think we understand, but let me elaborate a little bit about these components. All right. Now the atmosphere. The atmosphere has 4 layers. All right. Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and then exosphere. And then these 4 layers has been passed through by the sun rays, sun radiant down to the earth. When it reaches down to the earth's surface, we receive 51% of light, which is all comfortable for all living beings, for all living things. Originally, but now it has been so much deteriorated. We are talking about this atmosphere. All right, and then coming down to lithosphere. Lithosphere also has geography students. You must know very clearly 4 layers. Let us say 4 layers. The first 2 layers, the mantle, upper and lower mantle, 2 layers, and then the outer core and the inner core. So it also has 4 layers to say, so in which all the riches of minerals, iron ore, coal, and silver, and other things are there, which is a blessed earth that the Creator has made. And then the other one is the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere, as you know, the Earth's surface is covered with 2/3 of water, all right, in which 97% is covered with ocean. Another 2% is covered with glaciers and ice, something, all right. Whereas, this fresh water that we are using is less than 1%. It's around 0.6 or 7%. Only that we are having fresh water resources. The rivers, the pond, the lakes, the seas, the rainwater, all these things. So since we have a very less water volume in the ocean, in the water sphere, so now we need to economize even our water resources use. Let's keep in mind this kind of thing. And then with these 3 pillars of ecology, what do you call ecology? Biosphere, the living things, all living things that can be seen with our eyes and without which we cannot see with our own naked eyes, they belong to the biosphere. So this biosphere, including human beings, we are there together. As Professor Misra has said, we are interacting with one another, or we are living dependent with one another, symbiotically or symbiotically, because of environmental change, because of environment deterioration. So this is all about environment. And then let us come to
So just a minute. Those vehicle number 6452, lock someone's vehicle. Is anybody? Sorry, sir.
we now come to the very common terminology, global warming and climate change. Although they are interchangeably usable, but the concept has a little bit difference. So let us clearly know the concept of global warming and climate change. Global warming is a long-term increase in the average annual temperature. All right, long-term increase in annual average temperature for the whole Earth. All right? And this climate change is caused by, as we know, emission of carbon dioxide. This is the main driver of global warming or climate change. And whereas climate change, we should understand like this, it is also a long-term change, or it is a shift in the temperature as well as weather pattern. So when this climate change is concerned with temperature as well as weather pattern. Okay, what is global warming? It concerns with temperature. This is the main difference that we should understand. And then this climate change may be increase or decrease depending on certain regions, certain factors. All right, and it may occur at the local level, or regional, or global level. So this is a well-known fact. And then these changes in the temperature as well as the water pattern, these may include, for example, humidity, temperature, rainfall, wind, and extreme events. Extreme events like droughts, heat waves, floods, and tropical cyclones. So these are all come into within climate change and the global warming. I think this is we understand. Now, what is important is what are the factors that affect climate change? What are the factors that affect global warming? This is important. I have listed down some 15, 16 causes of climate change. Let me point it out one by one. Number one is man-made greenhouse gases, that we know all that. And then deforestation, purposefully clearing of forest land, I would understand. And then agriculture for arable land, destruction of forest for agriculture purpose, in other words. And then under this agriculture, use of land, allied agricultural livestock. I have put it in a separate clause because the livestock are the main causes of methane evolution. All right. And then the land use system and forestry. This also affects climate change. And then illegal logging, wood logging for industries and construction other purposes. And then another one is desertification. I think geography students, you must very clearly know about this. Desertification, industrial and pro-biochemical, petrochemical waste and soil erosions, desertification affected. And then flaring oil and gas. That means burning of fuels and coal. These things are all the factors affecting climate change. And then acid oceans. And then food waste collections and timber. I put this food waste collection and timber logging, particularly in hilly areas like Mizoram. This is now very relevant. And then urbanization, stone quarry and sand collection. This can also now becomes affecting the environment, climate change at the local level, urbanization kind of thing, and then construction of works like roads, hydropower, dams construction. These are necessary things, but how they affected, so much affected environmental changes, whereas should it be something like unnecessary evil? It is necessary for human beings, for developments, but as Professor Mishra has said, that sustainability should always come to our mind of doing this. And then landslides, floods, and all these things, sea level rise and tsunami, and extreme heats and heat waves. And apart from this, since I cannot show the thing, ocean currents, volcanic activities, Earth's orbital changes, and solar radiation. These are also the causes of climate change. We'll not deal into, should not deal into in detail. Now, our theme is climate change, environment and development, Indian perspectives. Okay, now we'll consider how this happens in India. Now, the position of India on this climate change is that carbon dioxide 79%. India produces 79% carbon dioxide. Okay, methane 14%, nitrous oxide 5%, and India contributes 7% of global carbon emissions. So this is the Indian condition. And then electric generation, India generates nearly 40% from renewable resources, whereas 60% is generated from fossil fuels, of which 51% is from coal. All right? From coal mining. So this is, and then industry, what for industrial emissions? The manufacture of cement, iron rod, kind of thing. It emits carbon dioxide and other GHGs. Okay, and then agriculture also, reduced around 25% because of use of artificial fertilizers as well as of burning of crops all over hilly areas, particularly Punjab. Farming every year they want to follow their trees, and then Delhi and other areas, they receive so much of smoke and other things that is very prominent. And then waste emitted in this some 79 metric tons per year. And then how these climate change affect natural environment. Natural environment. Number one is temperature. In India, the temperature rises up to 0.7 degrees Celsius between 2001 and 2018. Now it may be more. It will be much more than now. And droughts. It increased in northern and western part of India. This is two cases as of today. It is. Then in northern India, western India, and eastern India, it is very prominent. Also the heat waves. This is heat waves ramping from 40 to 45 degrees Celsius in the eastern India. This is today's condition. Okay, today's condition. And in the western side, it is around 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. And then severe landslides and floods, of course, this is, it always happens. Particularly, it is projected in Assam area, in Assam state, as well as surrounding areas. Severe landslides and floods. And the sea level rise. The most flooded country in the world is Bangladesh, our neighbor area, Bangladesh. If such floods occur, it would be natural that it can affect the western states, both western state and eastern state. Like Sundarbans, West Bengal Sundarbans and other may submerge. This is due to happening all around the world. Now it is very prominent. And then water resources. Also, because of this climatic change, the water flow can slow down. Like Yamuna, Ganges, Brahmaputra, and other rivers as well. And then regarding this ecosystem, for example, reef ecosystems, for example, like Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar Islands, where the sea level temperature rises in association with global warming every time. And then tropical cyclones, although it is reduced in some areas, but it increased, the storms increase significantly. These are the impacts of environment. And when we talk about environmental degradation, global climate change, or climate change, global warming, climate change, we always have to think about mitigation. How can we reduce or remove carbon dioxide or these greenhouse gases from the atmosphere? This is very important. It is all considered in the COPs, throughout the COPs meeting. Even later on, we shall look into the COP26, where it is held in Scotland. And then now, for this mitigation, land use change in agroforestry. And Department of Agroforestry we have, they are protecting agroforestry, and this is one kind of mitigation for global warming or climate change. All right? So, the total carbon stored in the forest in India is 7,000 metric tons in 2020. Now it may vary now. And then National Action Plan for Climate Change. National Action Plan for Climate Change 2008. It has made it mandatory 1/3 of the land should be covered by forest. Whereas the Supreme Court recommended that 2/3 of the land in hill areas should be covered by forest or vegetation. This kind of meditation they sought for. And then number 3 would be biodiverse tree planting and Fuji leaf varieties of plants. Biodiverse planting of trees and plants. Okay, this is one mitigation. And then irrigation is important tool to cool down the temperature. So in this area, irrigation inducing cooling mechanism is beneficial for India, particularly even for Australia and others, particularly for Nigeria, because the land is very dry. So the whole America, Africa is very dry, in fact. And so this irrigation should be cooling down of the temperature. So it's also important in India. Spreading plants for carbon. Spreading plants for carbon trading. In our environmental science, we do have some exercise with the students, climate, this carbon trading kind of thing. But this is taking a simple thing. In one example that I have seen of this carbon trading, they make carbon credits. All right. Now, one carbon credits is equal to 1 ton of carbon dioxide emission. So this one carbon credit, according to that data, is 24 plants. If you planted, that can be considered as one credit. And then expense for one credit is $12 something. Oh, this kind of thing. So all scientists, they recommend that planting of trees in the western land area. Like for example in Mizoram, we have 61% of fallow land. Open forest. Open forest is a mixture of fallow land. Let us say fallow land. Okay. Then we have in Mizoram 61%. So this area, if we apply carbon credits, somehow something we can do. But this is a global issue, and I don't know how much, what kind of fate that we can have in Mizoram. There is trading plus for carbon, and then adopting Kyoto Protocol. It emphasizes again, see, like planting trees, afforestation, deforestation, and bioenergy crop production. And one scientist says that restoration is more important rather than afforestation and deforestation. And then the best is protection of existing forests, the mature forests, which can absorb carbon dioxide in their roots, in their stems, in the branches, in their leaves, as well as carbon sink in the soil that a mature tree or forest can do. So this is the whole concept of mitigation aspects. That's something we can do, at the local level also. So what we did here in Mizoram campus also, right from beginning, right from since I joined Mizoram University in 2003, I have started every year without fail. We have been planting trees along the roadsides as well as in the upper big block and other areas, all over these things. And then when I come down, my first interest is what are the plants that we have planted. Now, because of construction, or some buildings are constructed on the way, and they destroy some of our plantings, tree plantings. Anyway, we still have enough forest around us. This is good. All right, then, coming to the Indian adaptation measures, okay. Under agriculture, adaptation, adjusting the environment with a new or better habitat, okay, better condition, adaptation. Okay? Here they recommended integrated farming system or mixed farming or intercropping. Hospitality department and his colleagues, they are practicing these things, even in the farmland, on farm practice they are doing. And then crop diversification, crop rotation, relay cropping kind of thing. This is, and then drought-resistant crop, soil tolerant, and wheat varieties, different varieties. They recommend that. And then formation of ridge and furrows on the hillside land, Jumland area. Whether it is in a community land, private land, this is necessary. And then rainwater harvesting and rain garden. Rain garden, I have displayed in front of our Department of Natural Science. Well, we have had something like water restoration kind of thing. Drip irrigation, sprinkler, gravity irrigation, we know that. And then improve soil management practice is very important. And along with this, I have added Changkham technology and Changdol. Changkham and Changdol technology. Now, I would like to ask students whether you know Changkham in Mizo Changkham or Changdol system. Changdol or Changkham. Anybody who understands Changkham or Changdol?
Raise hand.
Some of you may
No.
know at least one. Changkham is a terminology, Mizo terminology, laying of woods across the Jumland, across the garden. Okay, laying of woods or cement, bricks or bamboos or wood logs, different kinds may be used for this purpose, so that soil erosion can be decreased or more or less controlled. So this is something like, making of ridges or furrows or Changkham or Changdol method. So this is what I have added here. The other other parts of the world may not know, but in Mizoram we know the Changkham. Okay, method Changkham technology. And then go to the extreme heat, floods and groundwater management, energy and health security, these things, since I cannot show here. And then India's position in the, one important thing is that National Clean Air Program. All over the world there are 44 or 45 countries which are the members of Climate and Clean Air Coalition. Over Climate and Clean Air Coalition is covered with bamboos. So we have these facilities. So there is some mutual agreement to develop this, bioethanol. And then widening of roads kind of thing. All right, these are the National Clean Air Program. And then regarding industry, monitoring industrial emissions through OCEFS, online continuous emission management system. This is in other parts of the different countries they are doing. Shifting air pollution outside the comfort zone. I saw this problem. Even in other cities of India is also a problem because workshops, they are all here and there, just within the center of the city, isn't it? So this, we have to seek for a comfort zone in the peripheral area kind of thing. And then adoption of zigzag technology in brick kilns. This is another thing. And then other points are there, but we leave it. And then regarding waste burning, crop burning, extensive drive campaign against burning or control open burning is to be taken up. Door-to-door collection of segregated waste as per Solid Waste Management 2016 has to be followed. Although AFC Day is there in the Aizol, but this house-to-house campaign of segregation of the West is not being done. And still we're mixing it up. So this is one area we have to do in future. At COP 2026, COP 26 is that India pledges to be a net zero or carbon neutrality by the year 2070. Prime Minister Modi tried to 2075, but now it comes down to 2070. It tries to become a zero net carbon dioxide emission. And then to phase down carbon by 45% in 2020 and draw half energy requirement for renewable energy by 2020 and cut 1 billion tons of greenhouse gases emission from the amount of projected in the year 2030. So this kind of things India has pledged on over that, COP 26. 27 in they have had in North Africa. And then this year, it will be held in UAE, in the Dubai city. All right. And then these things are some aspects I have to bring in here. And then I have some picture slides, but still you cannot see these things. It may be a boring kind of thing for you. And these are some of the issues on the climate change, environment, and the development. Now, since they are interacting with one another, let us think over it and whatever we can do at the local levels. As students of science, let us try to do something on aspects of mitigation or aspects of adaptation to climate change. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring address, that you cover the whole range of issues that we have in our topic. So from global level to local level. So this is very okay. So just I'll invite you for that. They have some questions. So still we have some more minutes because we have to wait our Vice Chancellor also. Okay, so I'll give you a chance. And in the meantime, I also would like to introduce two of our unique students who are admitted in the disaster management. One is Valder Abisek. Yeah, can you please respond here? Yeah, these are students. Yeah, this is Valder Abisek. So he did in disaster management.
PhD.
Yeah.
No, sir. I'm doing MSc in disaster management.
MSc. Yeah. And also Lim Tae. Yeah. She's an IRS officer. So it's also in research in under. So I just want to introduce because a little bit different. So they are,
They all died.
yeah,
At least they are different.
they are in service actually. So and we also have there are some service from disaster management. It's a while ago. I don't see them. Okay. So anyway, this is Amy, the PS of our Vice Chancellor. Hello. Oleh kan lombe. Oleh. Oh. So, I just get information from Vice Chancellor PS. He can sell his program as a CPS. Anyway, it's already over. So I think we can utilize a few minutes, like the scholar would like to have some queries and clarification, our speaker. So let's open around 5 to 10 minutes, and then after that we can proceed for lunch. Okay, so you can start.
Can he use microphone?
So the mic is still working.
Still not working.
Yeah, because this problem, not only this one. Yeah, you can speak louder because yes, I hear this problem.
Thank you, sir, for your informative speech. Sir, I have one query. That you mentioned one thing, that carbon trading that under Kyoto Protocol. So I think carbon trading is that they have set one rules that according to the country's development, that they have set that emission limit, right? That one country like India can emission carbon up to that level. And there is another rules that trading, that if that like India, that they can that much level, they can sell their carbon unit to other country, right? Sir, my question is that what is the reason for trading? If I trade that I sell the carbon unit, that it will be emission. There will be more emission. So what is the reason for that trading?
The rate of trading.
Carbon trading. What is the reason for carbon trading?
Reason for this is the main aim of carbon trading is to eliminate again carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So now at the global level, India also is practicing. Now at the global level, what happens is that there are certain groups. For example, McKinney company is there, where different 200 organizations are assembled together, and then they have to do digital infrastructure kind of things, so that a country who is willing to buy, a carbon credit. So they have made some kind of different kinds of technologies which can be applied to their own countries. All right? And then they have to apply to buy a credit depending on the purpose they want, depending on the money they have to purchase a credit. So this is a big thing, a big kind of carbon trading, carbon credits. It's going. It is not that very easy. It is not that very easy. And then the rates different. The rates are different depending on the countries or the associations or the companies who instituted the carbon credits or trading or carbon marketing. All right. So this is a big thing. And then buying and buying the credit, it depends on the countries. So India, I cannot go very deep into Indian condition, but somewhere in India there is a project like this. It's something like a project. It goes on with the project, like a project. So this is going on. So one writer has tried to put it into the farming also. As I have said, 24 plants planting is equal to 1 credit, which is 1 ton of carbon dioxide I can produce. All right. So that can be in that area, $12 is the price for that. So that is buying and trading, buying and selling of carbon, so as to reduce, eliminate carbon dioxide from the air. I don't know whether my statement is clear or not? Maybe I'm not able to comply with your question.
Are you satisfied or not?
Any other people, yes, can
Try.
try.
Yeah, let me just supplement about that. So the main idea is, as far as carbon trading is concerned, the European countries, especially let's say the developed countries, they would like to continue their industrializations. So to compensate their development, they have to pay that money. And then they have to pay the developing country whatever they are going to expend that industrialization. So it's more or less same, like this pollution is going on. So I think that question is correct. The question itself is very correct, interesting. So now, John from this Boya, the student that we are expected to perform the number, do you think he can perform or not? Okay. So if that is the case, I think now we are come to the end part of our inaugural session. Please go to deliver and if you can kindly also announce the next program, where in print, and about the landing also.
Thank you, sir, and good morning to all of you. It's a pleasure for me, it's really an honor for me to propose the formal vote of thanks. And on behalf of Department of Geography and Resource Management, I would like to express my profound gratitude to our VC sir, our chief guest, although he was not able to be here because of his busy schedule. But it has been served model support because of which we could have this thing. Next on, I am very much thankful to our Dean sir, Professor Mishra sir. Sir, thank you for your presence. It means a lot to us. And also for the introduction that you gave for our school, and also for the thought-provoking speech that you gave on this whole theme. Thank you, sir. We are thankful to our own Professor Vinoma sir. I won't say he was, but he is still our family member. Because once a family member is always a family member. So he is still the family member of our geography department. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. So we are lucky to have you again for these 2 days at least. And we are sure you will be coming again to visit us. We are so much thankful to you, Professor Rama sir. And that was a wonderful keynote address, as you will all agree with me. That was an in-depth knowledge to the entire theme. What is climate change, environmental change? And we all speak about the various problems, but sir has also gone into the mitigation of that same, which is more important. And he has also shared with us the various indigenous knowledge sharing that is being practiced in India and especially in Mizoram. The Chamkhan and the Chamdol, I think my pronunciation is right. So those 2 things which most of us who are not from this place, who are not aware, and also all of you are not aware, but now we know about this. And also I have learned that sir has been doing various grassroots level mitigation things sir has been doing. So a big round of applause and thank you so much, sir, for your presence. Thank you so much. I would like to thank all our colleagues from various departments. Your presence has actually enriched this program. Thank you so much. I would like to thank my entire department because of whom, because this is a group event, because without them, without any of them, this would not have been possible. So thank you to my department. I would like to thank our office staff, the PRO team, and also I would like to thank our students, participants, both in the offline mode and in the online mode. Because of you, this has been possible. Thank you, because we are now fulfilled, this room is fulfilled. Thank you so much for such an overwhelming response. I would also like to thank a few more people, like thanks to our student, Captain Bangola, who has been live streaming this thing, entire thing. So thank you, and if I am missing anyone, I'm sorry, I'm thankful to them also. So thank you for all of your cooperation. Thank you once again, and hope you enjoyed these 2 days. And we will now proceed towards lunch,
After lunch,
and after lunch we will have our sessions.
where?
It has been already mailed to you.
Okay.
So I hope all of you are hungry. Okay, thank you.
So lunch